It was very hurtful.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at the most heartbreaking instances of Tinseltown turning on its brightest women.
The main thing that people became fascinated with was her sort of unraveling.
Rose McGowan. The charmed actress was one of the first women in Hollywood to kickstart the #MeToo movement.
Casting couch, that's a nice little euphemism.
She spoke out against now disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein, accusing him of sexual misconduct, and was one of Time's silence breakers in 2017. In 2019, Rose claimed Weinstein had gone to diabolical lengths to smear her name, and even hired private investigators from an organization called Black Cube to silence her.
I think them coming after me spun my brain, and still does, in a way that's fractured a part of me that I don't think will ever fix.
Not only did his reps try to buy out journalists, she alleged, but also did all they could to depict her as a publicity seeker looking for money.
We are free, we are beautiful, we are strong, and you will never take that from us.
Some media outlets even portrayed her as a woman out to destroy her male peers' careers when she accused Alexander Payne of sexually assaulting her as a minor. Katherine Heigl. From almost America's sweetheart to the most hated woman in Hollywood, this actress's career has been anything but easy.
And just recently there was a Facebook Q&A. Someone asked you, "I've heard rumors that you're very rude. What's your thoughts?" And to your credit, you addressed it. You took on the question. What did you say?
Good Lord, what did I say?
Hollywood despised how she was openly critical of the industry she was in. She called Knocked Up sexist and spoke out against the cruel and mean working hours on the set of Grey's Anatomy. She was also publicly shamed for quitting contract negotiations with ABC over her pay for the show in 2007. Then she got hate for not submitting her work to the 2008 Emmys because she wasn't proud of it.
There was a part of me that thought, because I had won the year before, that I needed juicy, dramatic, emotional material, and I just didn't have that season.
Eventually, as her difficult reputation worsened, her film started to tank at the box office. For a hot minute, the system succeeded in dimming her shine. Thankfully, that's not the case anymore.
I'm a goddamn legend in the making.
That's right, you are.
Angelina Jolie. Although highly praised for her acting skills, the Maleficent actress has long been the subject of public scrutiny concerning her love life.
You're not welcome here.
Oh dear, what an awkward situation.
First, it was her short-lived marriage to Johnny Lee Miller, whom she almost ditched for actress Jenny Shimizu. Then she tied the knot with Billy Bob Thornton while he was engaged to Laura Dern. The biggest homewrecker accusation came when she got together with Brad Pitt. He apparently divorced Jennifer Aniston after falling in love with Jolie on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
You think this story's gonna have a happy ending?
Happy endings are just stories that haven't finished yet.
That marriage ended in an acrimonious divorce involving accusations of child mistreatment against Brad, which he was cleared of. Regardless of what went on behind the scenes, Angelina was ripped to shreds and dubbed manipulative by the media.
I think the mistake is the idea that there's a real side and a not real side, or a true side or a not true side. I think we just have many, many sides.
Mira Sorvino. This Oscar-winning actress is another one of Harvey Weinstein's victims who spoke out against him in 2017. She recalled being sexually harassed by him.
It's a travesty that this sort of behavior is normalized and accepted for decades in this industry, and I am very pleased that this is all coming to light.
Sorvino lived in fear for years afterwards, lest she be blacklisted for being a whistleblower. Months later, filmmaker Peter Jackson came forward to reveal that Weinstein's company, Miramax, directly influenced his casting for the Lord of the Rings trilogy under New Line Cinema. While he had initially considered Sorvino for a role, Miramax had destroyed her reputation and convinced them to steer clear of her. When Sorvino discovered this truth, she said it only confirmed her suspicions, leaving her heartsick. Jackson called this the Miramax smear campaign in full swing.
It's him finally facing real criminal consequences for his criminal behavior. And so for that, I feel
gratified.
Amber Heard. In 2016, Heard filed for divorce from husband Johnny Depp, alleging physical and verbal abuse. 2 years later, in an article for The Washington Post, she detailed her experience with domestic violence.
Not naming her ex-husband, Heard wrote she was a victim of domestic abuse.
In 2019, Depp sued her for defamation. She countersued, claiming he had engineered an online smear campaign against her to ruin her life and career.
I don't deserve this. I want to move on.
Heard's court filings also blamed him for instigating petitions to have her fired from Aquaman and losing her ambassadorship with L'Oreal. During the highly publicized trial, the actress took the stand to reveal she had been facing immense internet hate and threats to her life since coming forward about her alleged abuse.
I receive hundreds of death threats regularly, if not daily. Thousands since this trial has started, people mocking.
Although she lost the case, the fact that she was trolled to no end was undeniable. Meghan Markle. Before she married Prince Harry, the Suits actress was fairly popular.
You have no idea.
Today, however, she is one of the most polarizing public figures you'll find. Ever since she stepped into the British royal family, she's been chewed out by tabloids. From being accused of driving a wedge between her husband and Prince William, to allegations that she's overly controlling of her staff, rumors followed her everywhere.
It wasn't just catty gossip. It was bringing out a part of people that was racist in how it was charged.
When the Sussexes gave up their status as senior royals, it was again her who was criticised. For long, fans have believed that the negative stories about Meghan were maliciously planted. Her Cuts co-star Simon Rex even claimed he had been offered money by the British tabloids to lie about romancing her. Unfortunately, her situation hasn't changed much since.
And my hope for people in the takeaway from this is to know that there's another side, to know that life is worth living.
Pamela Anderson. These days, she is seen on red carpets completely makeup-free. Back in the 90s, she was a sex symbol on the cover of Playboy magazine, and the male gaze couldn't be happier.
Gosh, what a beautiful tan you've got. You really do.
Thanks.
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, I'm in the sun every day.
Yet it was her sexuality that subjected her to exploitation at the hands of Hollywood. When an explicit tape of her and Tommy Lee, who she was married to at the time, was stolen and leaked, the Baywatch actress was instantly denounced.
It was just accumulated, all this stress. We had a lot of stress. This really did not help our marriage.
All the shaming by the media gaslit her into thinking less of herself. She fell into a spiraling vortex of substance use and toxic relationships.
What do you want people to understand about it?
That it was stolen property.
Meanwhile, unsurprisingly, Lee came out of the ordeal relatively scot-free and even celebrated. Marilyn Monroe. For an actress who represents the epitome of Hollywood's golden age, the industry sure treated her with the most appalling cruelty.
And if you had a daughter, wouldn't you rather she didn't marry a poor man?
But I was...
You'd want her to have the most wonderful things in the world and to be very happy. Oh, why is it wrong for me to want those things?
Marilyn Monroe was not only sexualized for her entire career, but was also underpaid. She was a victim of the casting couch, and the media rarely saw her as anything more than a sexual object.
Your picture has been on the cover of almost all popular magazines, hasn't it?
No, not the Ladies' Home Journal.
That you would like, would you?
Yes.
They called her a dumb blonde who was allowed sexual expression only when she pandered to their fantasies. Otherwise, she was humiliated for the same, which showed in how her love life was publicized. Even her tragic death was marred by allegations of affairs with former US President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert F. Kennedy. Years later, Hollywood has made her into an IP.
You're in the papers so much.
Well, not half as much as you, Marilyn.
Who, me? Well, that's just studio publicity.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Britney Spears. Stardom always spelled objectification for the toxic singer.
It's getting late to give you up. I took a sip from my devil's cup.
the media made her virginity a headline when she was revealed to have been intimate with Justin Timberlake despite claiming she would wait for marriage. She was relentlessly shamed. Then JT had a Britney lookalike portrayed as an adulteress in his music video for Cry Me a River, prompting even more hate. Next came a failed marriage with Kevin Federline, with whom she had 2 kids she was losing custody of amid postpartum depression. The last straw was the passing of her aunt, Sandra, from cancer. Britney shaved her head and attacked a photographer's car with an umbrella.
Do you think the paparazzi being around affected her at all?
I don't really think, and I don't really believe, because, working on her for so many years, she never gave a clue or information to us that I don't appreciate, you guys. Leave me the F alone.
Soon after, her father assumed her conservatorship, marking the start of a battle that only recently ended.
Tonight, cheers erupting outside this courthouse in Los Angeles.
Do you think the Hollywood smear machine is still as powerful today as it once was? Sound off in the comments.
Rage was coming out of me, and I thought, whoa, where's that coming from? But